G'day all, and welcome back to a competition build. This is the Survive Machete SM.81 Pippistrello build. I don't know whether I've done a video update on this, but we'll start from scratch here anyhow. I started out doing a straight out of the box build on this. Then started a couple of days ago rescribing the panel lines on the fuselage here. The existing panel lines that were there were raised and they were poor quality. Hopefully the camera's picking that up. And so yeah, so I started rescribing those, then thought, okay, let's modify this a bit, put in a bit of a cockpit and a few other weird wonderfuls. So I spent about 10 hours, 12 hours so far on scratch building an entire interior for the model. So what I've got up to so far, I have got a lot of the framework put in. That's using what is it? There it is. Evergreen Skull Models number 121, which is 0.5 by 0.75 mil strips, and I virtually used an entire pack. I think I've got 2 strips left. Yep, 2 strips left. So I've gone through and added all this ribbing detail into the cockpit, and scratch built interior cargo / bomb bay area. I've seen some pictures of these actually dropping bombs, so these could be bomb racks as well. I'm not too certain. It's very hard to find a decent cutaway diagram on the internet. I've even gone through some of my aircraft books and I can't find anything to do with interior schematics or cutaways. So this is built based on a couple of reference photos I found of other people building either the Italeri or the supermodel kit, which is what this is, and just basically what I saw I built. So I made it a bit hard for myself. I actually built this structure here first. Sorry, I put in for the bulkheads straight from the kit, then I built the structure here before turning over to this side and building the ribbing. And last night I was actually sitting down, and it took me longer to do the ribbing in here only because I did ask about face. So I did the ribbing first and that cage structure. So my own fault there. And I've just finished putting in the floor for the cockpit, which will also act as the another holding structure for the lower turret here. So that's basically 80,000 plasticard, cut the shape, a few notches in it so I can get around the ribbing, and that's just been glued in. All this other plasticard you see, all the square bits around the place, is supposed to represent either pouches or instrumentation, radio sets, etc. Even made myself a little fire extinguisher stuck it back here. So what I've got to do here now is prime it, paint it. I'm still trying to find decent references on the paint job on this. I'm going to put a few, I don't know whether I'm going to pre-shade or post-shade or just weather it. It's not really going to matter much because when you seal this U-boot creature up, you're not going to see much. You're going to see a bit down the cockpit there, a bit through the doors, and if you're lucky, some of the windows. So that entire structure, out of 10 to 12 hours worth of work, I think you ain't going to be seeing around about 1 maybe 2 hours work total at the end result. What else is there? That's about it. Oh, I stuck a bit of crossmember across here. I've seen some photos where there's actually a machine gun mounted on this crossmember. That's supposed to be ribbing, so it's slightly protruding a bit, but I'm going to be leaving it the way it is. Yeah, so that's about it. All I've got left, actually, I got some more work in the cockpit. I got to scratch built the seats that sit here, and then it's about it. So the seats just going to go there. I don't know where I put the decal sheet for this, so I've got to find the decal sheet somewhere along the way. I have just contacted my local hobby shop. I've found out that Falcon Canopies, which is a vac form canopies in New Zealand, have a kit for the canopies for the turrets and the canopies on this kit. I'm trying to source them out now as of earlier today. The reason why I'm looking at that is, if you can see the detail on that, it's fairly chunky, and there's actually, that canopy will let me down as a final solution for this model. Even looking at this one, this is the, I think it's the top turret. There's a lot of stuff there that's going to cause this kit to be, was going to let the kit down. It's considering the amount of work I'm putting into it now. Other than that, going along nicely. I have done one of the top wings, and I'm starting to see a problem that Italeri had earlier. Sanded away, sorry, that's the bottom wing. Sanded away the scribed on panel lines and rescribed new ones using the existing ones as a guide. And I've just noticed now, just looking at it, there's a bit of flaking. I call it flaking. Basically, I've sanded away and the plastic is starting to come off in layers. I had the same problem on a Italeri kit many moons ago. So I'm hoping that will disappear after a bit of primer. The wings are virtually straightforward on this thing. Two-piece arrangement. They stick straight onto the fuselage there. There is no undercarriage detail to speak of. I have, where's the undercarriage? I haven't done the undercarriage yet. But here it is attached onto the sprue still. A couple of dimples there I'm going to have to fix up. I found a reference on this on one website, I think it was Hyperscale website, where someone said that there's a cover here that was removed off the wheels out in the field to make it easy to clean the wheels because it was dirt and caked on mud, etc. I might take that off the kit. I'm not too certain yet, but it's not going to affect the kit overall because it's I'm not going to see much in that wheel well, other than the wheel. The engine, oh that's right, I was painting the engine a couple of weeks ago. I started working on this kit like just after I entered the competition, and that's just the engines there painted up, and I'm now going to have to detail that up to just improve it. So probably a fuse wire or fine gauge wire to fix that up a bit. I'm looking at the torpedo version and something with a decent challenge as a final paint scheme. So okay, I'll bring the box into view here. Hopefully that one on the right hand side there you go. That's the paint scheme I'm looking at. If not something like that, maybe something of a Mediterranean scheme, or like browns, or I've seen one that's like the 3 different colours in a wavy pattern. So we'll look at that as I get a bit further on in the build. So yeah, that's all there is tonight for this first update on this kit. And hopefully there'll be another update very shortly. I've got this planned out of how fast I want to build this. Whether or not I can build that fast is a different story. So okay, hopefully next time you see this, it'll either be closed up or there'll be paint on it. So I'll catch you shortly.